I'm Katrina, and this is Sow and Tare, and happy Mother's Day. Early happy Mother's Day. This Mother's Day is this Sunday. Call your mom. And yeah, every Mother's Day I make my mom a bouquet, and if she's not here or I'm not there, I get to enjoy it for her. And if I see her, then she gets to enjoy it. So this stems from a birthday thing that she does every year. Is she makes birthday cakes for people. She always asks me what kind of birthday cake I want, and I tell her, and if I'm not there to eat it, they eat it for me. So we're gonna make a bouquet for me to enjoy. She's out of state, and she is going to enjoy it on this video. So, happy Mother's Day to my mom, and we are going to find the flowers here. Now, this is my first year here for Mother's Day, and we'll see what I can find. I know I have irises here, not irises. There are irises over there. I'm not sure if we have any that's appropriate for cutting right now. I'll go check that, but we have lilacs. These are lighter ones. There's some darker ones down in the pasture by the old homestead. There's some other things around that I know. Not a whole lot right now, and we have this nice red bush over here. I'll grab some of that for greenery, reddery, whatever it is. And let's get started. All right, I always have a pitcher that already has water in it when I do bouquets from the garden or from the yard. And the reason for that is these are going to do much better if they go directly into water. It's not too hot today, so it's not that big a deal, but yeah. So I'm gonna grab. This one looks good. It has a few buds that are not quite open on it. So I'm just gonna cut that. Always cut it at an angle, and that gives it the most surface area for the water to be pulled in. So there we go. And I think that's all I'm gonna take from this one. I can always come back and get more, but I wanna go see what the other one has to offer as well. And I do not recall the name of this bush, but it has some nice red foliage for the outside, like when the fresh leaves happen in the spring. It has some flower buds here, but I don't know that they're gonna flower in time. I might try. Let's see. So this is a hedge, and so it gets trimmed back, and so there's like a bunch of leaves together. But let's see. Let's just take one of these, and so you can see the old leaves are green and the new ones are red. In this case, I just want the red ones, and you want to take off the leaves that are going to be in the water, and so you can just pick those off. You can cut them off however you want to do it. And we're gonna have some other green things for the greenery, and we'll have a little thing of flowers. We'll see if they actually bloom. Okay, I'm doing a video, but I just found something. Look. That is a strawberry. Oh my goodness. It looks like it's on the native one. So, first strawberry of the year, surprise. Early May. It smells good. I think it's the 7th today. It's super sweet. That's super, super sweet. It's white inside, but super sweet. I see more. Oh my gosh. So I'm looking over here, and unfortunately the irises, they're a little on the done side, so I'm sure there's going to be more coming up. There's some that are ready to bloom, but what I found is if you cut them before they bloom, they don't always actually bloom, and if you cut them when they're starting to open, they will open, but and these are bearded irises, but if you're cutting them so that it's they're already open, they'll last a few days. So that's when they're best to get for an arrangement for like right now. But we'll skip these for now. Maybe next year. Okay, so these lilacs over here are much darker, and they're a little smaller clumps. They smell very good. So this is ash tree, and there's, I don't know how many plants maybe were originally planted around it, but there's at least a couple, and I'm sure they've spread, because that's how they spread. But let's take some. They're smaller flowers, they're denser clusters, and they're darker. So, let's maybe take some of this. Now, this is shorter, so I'm gonna have to cut it down here. Now we can either keep all that greenery, or we can trim it up, which is what I'm gonna do. And these will grow from cuttings. I don't know about cuttings, they probably will, but they'll grow from, like, if something's popped up, if you dig out the root, it'll grow from that. So yeah, let's do that. Let's do a few of these. Pick some longer, straighter ones. So, we have that. All right, so here's what we have so far. You can see the difference between those two colors. Lilacs come in a variety of colors, from very dark to all the way to white. And they come in varied scents as well. So you can have ones that don't smell very much, or really at all to the human perception, or you can have ones that smell quite a bit. So I think we're good on our flowers there. I'm trying to think if there's any other flowers, like vase-worthy flowers out here. And the only thing I can think of is stuff related to trees, and there's some up on the property, but I don't want to go way up on the property to get them. So I think we're going to focus the rest of this with greenery. I have some ferns, I have some other plants that I can put in here to make it pop, and that's what we're going to do now. Oh, there are also wild irises way up on top, but the stems on those are only like this big, and they're way up on top of the hill. So we're gonna stick with this. All right, so our daffodils are done. Otherwise we'd be doing daffodils, but these sword ferns have just really unfurled. They just did. So I'm gonna take a few of these longer ones as background. So that'll be our background, and we'll see if we need more. We're on tilted land here, that's why it's tilted. So we have this greenery, we have this other greenery that I'm calling reddery. I'm gonna strip the bottom part of these I want to call them fronds, but they're not palms. The fern, maybe they're called fronds. What are these called, guys? And see how they fit in with our picture. We can make these shorter, but you can't make them longer. You can cut some more, but always start with longer pieces. So like, I think I'd like to have a little bit shorter. But hi, I'm sorry. Come here, come say hi. Did you stop to roll in the dirt? Come on, come on. There you go. Go sit in your chair. You are now a brown cat, sweetie. What happened? You found dirt? All right, so I'm gonna cut these down a little and go from there. So when you're arranging your own, always cut at an angle. It's a good idea too, and it gives it more surface area for the water to soak up. But it's gonna be good no matter what. Hi. And you okay? You okay? We're interrupted by a cat hairball. You okay now? You okay? All better? He's like, yeah, what are you talking about? All right. Anyway, when you're doing these yourself and you're doing your own thing, you can make it however you want. I've done these where it's all herbs and brought them to a party. I've done them where everything in it is edible. I've done it where it's a color theme. You know, if you're going to do things for a wedding or something like that, there's a color theme. You can play around with different heights and just do it all yourself. Like, you can do all sorts of different things and make it yours. So you guys are on that side. Does that look good? I feel like something needs to happen right here. And the only tall thing that I'm seeing is a dandelion, and I don't know if that's appropriate. A nice yellow pop would be nice. Maybe I'll see if I can find more tall dandelions. Oh, Mama Kitty heard him hacking. He's okay, sweetie. I know what I can do. She's gonna come over and investigate. Hi, Mama Kitty. This is a Mother's Day bouquet. Mama Kitty's welcome. Come on. No. So it would be nice to have something white in here, like a white poof. I don't think I have anything white blooming right now. There's a bleeding heart, but it's not tall enough. We have native bleeding heart here. Isn't that interesting? All right, I will search out more dandelions than that. There might be some down here that are tall enough. Maybe. I don't know how dandelions would hold up in a bouquet though. I think they'd go to flower or go to seed pretty quick. I don't think there's anything tall enough there, but there is something over here I wasn't gonna cut because the hummingbirds are loving it, but I can do some. These are columbines. The hummingbirds love these, and I have a feeder up in there loving that too, but I'm not really using the pathway, but they are on the pathway. And so I think we can borrow some of these. Let's pick some that are more singular so I can cut them down further down there. And let's do this one too. And we'll see how it looks. So while there was well, there's like 2 dandelions that would be enough, but it kind of look a little funky. But these are columbines, and I've been told you're not supposed to eat them, but we always used to break the back here and suck out the nectar. Not recommending that, because apparently columbines are not something you're supposed to eat. But let's see where they stand. I think they need to be a little bit shorter than that. Just a little bit though. And what I want to do is I want to put this in front of the red. I really wish it was a lighter color. Oops. That's a piece of my hair on it. That should be a little bit lower. And we'll have one more here. And we can organize these to be in the back. They might still be a little bit high, but let's see what we think. What do you guys think? Doesn't quite do what I was looking for it to do, but since we don't have any tall yellow or white, I think it will do. So I hope you call your mom, you spend time with your mom on Mother's Day, and bring her a bouquet. This didn't cost me anything. I mean, I've had the vase. You can use a glass. You can use a jar. You know, that jar of salsa that you just finished? You can use a jar. Put some water in it. They will last longer if you put a little bit of sugar in the water, and also if you put an aspirin or like a half an aspirin in the bottom as well. That basically does the same as what it does for people. It makes those tubes in there open up and stay open. So that's a trick I learned from my mom, who used to be a ballet dancer, a ballerina. So she would get flowers after performances, and she would use an aspirin and sugar in the water, and it would keep the cut flowers fresh longer. There are some things that will root in water, so a lot of your herbs will root. If you use willow as a like as the greenery, that can root. There's a lot of things that can root in water, and you can do it this way. You can have a beautiful bouquet, and then it'll end up rooting, and you can plant it. If you want them to last longer, you know, if the water starts to look yucky, change it. But also realize that these are now plants that are, you know, devoid of roots, and so they're only getting the nutrition that you're giving them through here. A tip for those people that are going to buy flowers instead of pick them fresh, a tip is to, when you get your bundle of flowers home from the flower shop, cut the ends and put them in water, because it's the same thing that happens with Christmas trees. You know, people get Christmas trees and they just take it home and put it in the thing of water. Well, that has already healed over for the most part. So you need to reopen a cut so that so it can actually soak up the water, and that's something cool you can do. Now, I am putting this out on Thursday because that's my usual day, and you have time to do this. You also have time to do some pretty cool things if you want. If you have like a white carnation or a white daisy, a white flower, you can actually put food dye in it, since we shouldn't be eating it. Put it in your water, and those white flowers will actually suck up that color. One experiment, I don't know if my mom or my dad did it with us, when I was little, is to cut a flower. I don't remember if it was a daisy or carnation, some white flower, that cut the stem vertically so it's still attached, and then put it in two separate glasses, and you can have plain water and colored water, or different colors of water, and it will actually go into that flower like in half. So that's a fun thing you can do. All sorts of fun things you can do, but explore, have fun. I'm gonna have to fix this red one. And it's handmade. It'll be appreciated if it's handmade. It'll be appreciated if it's not handmade. Maybe do a search of your neighborhood and ask the neighbors if you can pick a flower here and there. And you know, if you get someone to say yes to a couple flowers from each yard, poof, you have a bouquet. Do not steal flowers. But typically, if you ask someone, hey, can I, you know, I'm making a bouquet for my mom for Mother's Day, they're gonna say, oh yeah, maybe pick one or two, or go bananas, do whatever you want. So that is an encouragement I have for you, is to, one, know your neighbors, and two, interact with them. And if you are looking to pick a bouquet and you don't have a adequate amount of flowers at your own place, you can find them. You can find them. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope my mom enjoyed the video. I want to thank her for doing good things in raising me, hopefully raising me right with my dad, and to yeah, say thank you. And here's your bouquet. Come and see it. All right, we'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching. Here is some of our native iris. Look at that. It's very pretty, but they're also pretty short.